I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. False good, important things are needed you people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest. With a special pride never written before or since. Tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9. And I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5. Let me see, is this working? Yes, it is. Qapla, hello. I'll start over. Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5, Qapla. And welcome to Bed Life. For the very sad day of Friday, February 5th, 2021, for on this day, we found out that the great actor Christopher Plummer, who I will forever remember as General Chang in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, passed away. Now, it was at the ripe old age of 91. It was with his family by his side. From all I could read, it was a peaceful death. Okay, for a human, that's great. I'm sure his Klingon persona died in battle. And before we get too far in, I think we need to do the Klingon death ritual, because there's a warrior on his way to Tovakor. So, Sisopre, may I suggest you bring Charlie a little further back, because it's going to be loud. General Chang, this is for you. That is to warn. No, Sassy, I'm sorry. That is to warn the people a warrior is on his way to Tovakor. It's okay. He's just... Charlie, you can raw too if you want. You can let out a yell or scream. It's welcomed at this time. I did not make Charlie cry. Sisopre is holding him. So I did startle him, but that's the point. The point is to startle, not to make cry. And you're like, "But why is Sisopre here? You told me this morning Sisopre left." And I did. So Sisopre, got about a half hour from the house and got behind a tractor trailer that was on fire. It was on fire. And nobody noticed, nobody cared. She couldn't get the truck to pull over, and the truck was headed for the Midtown Tunnel, which was about a mile away. When she couldn't get past the tractor trailer, she was behind it with Charlie, breathing in the noxious fumes of a tractor trailer on fire. So she wisely pulled off to the side, flagged down a police officer, who then called it in and was able to stop the truck in flames from going into the Midtown Tunnel, potentially saving lives, and certainly a lot more traffic. Although it did cause, I'm sure it was your help. And it unfortunately also caused a traffic backup anyway, though not as bad as had he been on fire inside the tunnel. So Sisopre couldn't make it home in time for an important business call, so wisely turned around, came back, and took her business call here instead. So Sisopre will try again tomorrow to make it back home. Where it was a very good news for Sisopre on the business call. So Qapla, Sisopre, much success is wished to you, and all that. So guys, yeah, I am brokenhearted that Christopher Plummer has passed, and well, I'm going to get to the chats. I know the chats are piling up. Oh, and John Araki, thank you so much for the super chat, John Araki. You kind of covered up Nicole DeBoer's face, but I know you didn't have any choice in that. It was just the wrong time, but it's okay. We've all seen Nicole DeBoer many a times. Welcome everybody to the channel. Thank you so much for your super chat. Greatly appreciated. You know what? We'll get to the article in a little bit, but suffice to say, Christopher Plummer was a diehard Trekkie before being cast in Undiscovered Country. So you can only imagine what he became after that. So we'll go into that story in a little bit. In the meantime, though, Dan23 appears to be first in chat, and he just put in RIP, as did Carlo Albanese, as did Captain MKG. Not Ryan Johnson says RIP to Christopher Plummer. Rock Solid says, did you have a picture of Christopher Plummer on your wall too? No, unfortunately not. But I think I will commission a mural for the ceiling of the House O'Prey. Something like, what's that? The 16th Chapel. Just cover it in Klingon art. And this way at night, I look up to the stars, and there's be like Christopher Plummer, General Chang, Sistine Chapel, whatever, holding out his hand to, I don't know, Worf or something. We'll figure it out. We'll get an artist type to figure out those details. Kronos' son of a bitch, just start now. That was at 2:38. I'm sorry. Then you can rest sooner. I know, Kronos. Unfortunately, there was just no way. Cry havoc and let's slip the dogs of war. Absolutely, our favorite Shakespeare quoting Klingon.
Would I recognize them?
Well, he's the avatar that I use in all my stuff. So
has he ever guest starred on
this guy with the eye patch died. If you've seen my avatar on YouTube or Twitter, well, yeah, this was 30 years ago.
Has he ever guest starred on Big Bang Theory?
I don't think he was on Big Bang Theory. Here, this is what he looked like without his makeup.
No, I don't think I knew him.
We'll go through it, but he was in Let's see. What would Sissel Prey know? Departure, the TV series, Boundaries, Pixels.
Dave and Eva.
He was not in Dave and Ava or Cocomelon. Muhammad Ali's Greatest Fight. He was in so many things.
Coco.
Barrymore, Priest. No, not Cocomelon. My Dog Tulip? I don't know. The Summit, a TV miniseries. Closing the Ring, Man in the Chair. The New World. I don't know. Yeah, Our Fathers, Alexander, Blizzard, Odd Job Jack, Agents of Influence, Lucky Break, Full Disclosure.
Wait, which one's Full Disclosure?
I don't know.
Okay, sounds familiar. Go on.
American Tragedy, Dracula 2000, the Star Trek Klingon Academy video game, Hidden Agenda, The Clowns at Midnight, The First Christmas, Star Trek Starfleet Academy video game, We the Jury, 12 Monkeys. Have you seen 12 Monkeys? Hi, Charlie. Dolores Colombone, Wolf, Madeline, the TV series, Stranger in the Mirror, Counter-Strike, Malcolm X, Impolite Secrets, The First Circle, Liar's Edge, Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country.
So this is a list of things I've never seen. Is that what someone did a good job?
Madeline and the Gypsies.
Compiling a list of things.
Rockadoodle, Money. There's a lot of shows or movies called Madeline and Red-Blooded American Girl. No, they're not cartoons. A Ghost in Monte Carlo. Sylvaneer, Shadow Dancing. Vampire in Venice. This is 1987. The Cosby Show. He was in The Cosby Show in one episode. Shakespeare. He was in an episode called Shakespeare, which makes sense.
Yeah.
He was a Shakespearean actor. I Love New York. Dragnet. The Tin Soldier, The Boss's Wife, Crossings, Rumpelstiltskin. Lily in Love. Dreamscape. Prototype. No, we're going backwards. 1983. We started at a most recent and worked our way back.
I'll look up Full Disclosure. So far, that's the only thing that sounds.
Somewhere in Time. The Shadow Box. Murder by Decree. This guy was born in 1929, understand.
Right.
In Ontario, Canada. No, it's other than that. He's very...
Sip of maple liqueur in his honor.
Jesus of Nazareth, the miniseries. Yeah, I've heard of that guy. The Man Who Would Be King. The Spiral Staircase.
People, if you keep this up.
Happy Prince.
I guess it's nice of you to read all his.
Waterloo. The Royal Hunt. I'm only like reading every 7.
Probably skip the ones I saw.
The Sound of Music. I've heard of it, though. I've heard of it. Hamlet at Estimore. Time Remembered. Our American Heritage. This is
obvious answer.
Eye of New York. General Electric Theater.
Just tell me the most obvious answer. I'm reading your comments. You just go back to what you're doing. I got this.
He was in Return of the Pink Panther. Star Trek Nitpickers says. I didn't notice that listed here, but I believe you. So yeah, there. Well, I already said Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. So, yeah. Yeah, Admiral Saval says rip to Christopher Plummer. Hakeem says, I don't know who he was, but rip, he was General Chang in Star Trek 6. All of my avatars, except for the ones Yitsa made a video today. It's hilarious. It's all about how to pronounce his name. Yitsa Lemons, not Yitsu Laman, or any of the other creative. I thought when he said how not to say it, I thought he was going to bring up all my mispronunciations. He didn't, luckily. But Yitsa Lemons put out a video today, and aside from the Yitsa avatar, all my other avatars are Christopher Plummer as General Chang, across the internet mostly. Valerie C says, screams at the sky, beware, a Klingon warrior is about to arrive. Absolutely, Valerie. John Street says, Bird of Prey, didn't we tell you to stop taking pictures of your walls? KG313 says, Bird of Prey, oh man, I immediately thought of you, rip Christopher Plummer. A lot of people immediately thought of me. Apparently, I got tweets, I got Skype messages, everybody asking if I'd heard, and I appreciate it. I guess people have come to, seeing the avatar for so long, people almost associate me with him, and believe me, it's far worse people to become associated with. And I feel really bad. The man has passed. Dan23 says he was in Sound of Music and Star Trek 6. T-Berg says, as a token Canadian, I accept your condolences and donations in lieu of Bird of Prey 5. And then he sings out Edelweiss. Dan23 says they mentioned his death on the news on TV and radio in the UK, but they don't mention anything about being in Star Trek 6. Yeah, those bastards. T-Berg says the Sound of Music, Stratford Festival King Lear, many TV shows and movies, and General Chang. T-Berg says Caroga, the Undiscovered Country. That's a good way of putting it, T-Berg. Thomas Potts says Bird most likely had a picture of him on his wall. I would have him add my picture, but that would cause him and Mamo Prey to pass out. And Birdo Prey 5 just donated $1. Says, hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5. Sorry I wasn't live yesterday, but I wanted to spend time with LDG rather than you guys. For $50, I will put pictures on my wall. Hail Caroga. No, they were saying, Thomas was saying that he'd tell me to put a picture of him on my wall, but then we would pass out, which we wouldn't do. But we also don't have any reason to put a picture of Thomas on the wall. Not that there's a curse on the wall, but just in case. No more friends on the wall. T-Berg says, even while cloaked, a turtle prey emits gas like any other feces. With a properly calibrated torpedo, we can sniff them out. And T-Berg says, Dr. McCoy, well, Mr. O'Prey, I guess you wish you'd stood in bed day, Span or Bird, but Doctor, I am in bed. T-Berg says, cry havoc and let's slip the Carloses of war. I think that's close. Or the Bunnies of war. Monty's Folly says, hail Bird O'Prey, can I ask you pray for the health of my bank account? I just spent 3,500 pounds on a watchmaker's lathe with a 3-inch by 6-inch throw. I paid less for my Colchester than I could spin you up in. Monty, I pray for your bank account, and I hope it regrows as quickly as it was spent. And I hope you get good use of your lathe. 47 Yorktown says, weeping in Eastern Canada, rip Christopher Plummer. You made us proud. That was so awesome. Monty's Folly says, it's not the cost of the thing, it's just the absurdly small for the kind of tooling. I'm normally used to a thing much, much bigger. My biggest lathe has a 6-foot chuck and a 16-foot bed. This is too small for me. I don't know what we're really talking about. T-Berg says, I toyed with the idea of a baby shear brake roller. Monty says, T-Berg, what size? I might have one going to spare. Monty says, I buy places on closeout, refurb the machines, and reseal them to do maintenance, so I always have something for anyone. Very cool. Roxal says, I just left Voltar's stream to be here, Bird of Prey. Better not be like normal, damn it. Rock Solid, we're gonna do a little article on Christopher Plummer. We're going to do some Dear Bops. I'm going to read the chats. As always, I already screamed out to warn the people, to warn the gods that well, I don't know who I'm warning, because the Klingons killed their gods years ago. But to warn out that a warrior is on his way to Tovakor. T-Berg is in Canada. Shipping would be a problem. Let's use that word. Josh Reed says, rock solid, too late. Birdo Prey is 5 hours late. None of that is true. Jedi Bill says, hello, Birdo Prey. Have you seen Groundhog Day? Oh, boy. Knowing Bird, it's 10 minutes. What? Rip Christopher Plummer says, positive candor. Absolutely. T-Berg says, there's a hobby 3-in-1 that would be a brass and light steel. Roxal says, well, Bird of Prey, we're waiting. I'm sorry you guys were waiting. Let me switch over to the more recent, up-to-date chat. At some point then, Kronos said, sorry, he has to snooze. Take care, Kronos. I understand. Everybody's got to sleep at some point. Let's see. Okay, I read those. Okay, have you seen Groundhog Day? Dee Dee Myers says, Qapla, Bird of Prey. How are you and the family doing? I think I brought us up to speed on that already, Dee Dee. Thank you. Project Storytime says, The Sound of Music. Star Trek Nitpicker says he was Dr. Goins in 12 Monkeys. Thank you, Star Trek Nitpickers. T-Berg says, The Clowns at Midnight. Isn't that Deeja's stream? I don't know. Project Storytime says, hi. Good. Hello, Project Storytime. Monty Folly says, Baby Bird. Nephew of Prey. T-Berg says, there once was a woman named Dolores who had a very large ... Jedi Bill says hello to Thomas, who says hello to Jedi. Nitpicker says he was Captain Vop in Trap in the Sound of Music. Captain Von Trapp in the Sound of Music. T-Berg says, God, Ontario, we are yours to discover. Project Storytime says, how long before Bird gets the most obvious answer? I don't know. Did I ever get to it? The Sound of Music? I don't know. T-Berg says, our motto is, yours is to discover. Nitpicker says he was in Return of the Pink Panther. Dan23 says, I never played Klingon Academy. Dee Dee says, Jedi Bill, hail brother, hope you're doing well. As he says to Thomas as well. T-Berg says, yes. No, not going to say that. Uncle Remus is ripped to Larry King. A little late, Uncle Remus. You're a couple weeks behind, maybe a week. T-Berg says Umox. Umox, like the Ferengi do Umox with the ears. Thomas Potts says 20 people said Sound of Music, but Berto Prey won't read the chat for 40 minutes. Dan23, well, I knew Cisco Prey didn't see Sound of Music. Yeah, I knew of it, but it wasn't something she's seen. Dan23 says the hills are alive with the sounds of music. Thomas says Dee Dee, just another pointless day. Come on, Thomas. T-Berg says Yitzas see lemons, yes. And Uncle Remus is ripping to Chadwick Boseman as well. And Hank Aaron, wow, Uncle Remus, you get your news a little late. Dan, do you know Elvis passed away? Dan23 says Christopher Plummer also starred in a number of different video games. Yes, absolutely. And didn't Christopher Plummer replace Kevin Spacey in a movie? Was he the guy who replaced Kevin Spacey in that movie? The movie about money? I don't remember. He would make a replacement for Spacey. Although I'll be honest, I'd still watch Kevin Spacey movies if he was still in them. T-Berg says he's never been convicted of anything. T-Berg says the hills are alive with the sound of bird crashing. Bobby Lum says saw him in 2005 at Stratford doing King Lear. It was my wedding anniversary, and our 4-year-old son was with us. Bought his book for after-show autograph signing. Was an okay experience, but not great. Never read the book. Aw. Cactus TV says hello, friends. Qapla, Cactus TV. Josh Street says, remember, if Berto Prey puts your picture on the wall and he takes it down, you better kiss your butt goodbye, since everyone that's been on the wall and taken down have all passed away. Not true, not everyone, but as is true, in time, everyone will pass away. So, that has nothing to do with being on the wall. Dan23 says, Plummer provided the voice of the antagonist Charles F. Muntz in the Pixar animated film Up in 2009. Dee Dee is hailing Project Storytime. Darth Maul says, Berto Prey, let's cry havoc and let loose the Charlies of war. Cry havoc and let loose the Charlies of war. I want to be spinning when I say that, though. Dan23 says Christopher Plummer was also in The Return of the Pink Panther as Sir Charles Lytton. Rock Solid says Berto Prey, quit skipping words in sentences. Late like normal. Late. That one word changes the definition of a whole sentence. Josh reads his Berto Prey, you're still alive, or the Klingons have heaven. Berto Prey, you're still alive, so the Klingons haven't killed all their gods. I'm not a Klingon god, thankfully. Mike Richards says the sassies of war. Sassy, you want to go to war? Only if there's food in it. Dan23 says he was in the 1995 film The 12 Monkeys. Yes, 12 Monkeys. T-Berg says go to Ontario, but hey, if you want to call me God. Dan23 says he was in National Treasure in 2004 with Nick Cage. I didn't see that on the list, but I would have seen that. Josh Street says rock solid. It looks like Berto Prey needs to get his eyes checked and new glasses. Bobby, Archaic says Qapla, Bobby. Let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Monty's Folly says Berto Prey, I'm going to set up a discount code for Anti-Trekker, Berto Prey, and Life with Matthew fans. It might be Ness, but I'd like my tools to go to people I get on with. Whatever you need, Monty, let us know. T-Berg says, when you get stuck in a cage, call a plumber. Robert Rose Jr. says, hello today, Birdo Prey, Mummo Prey, and Sassy. What did Christopher Plummer die from? You know, I maybe we'll read it in the article. I didn't get that far. It didn't appear to be COVID related. He was 91. He was at home peacefully with his family. So I'm not sure they know exactly. Dee Dee says, Thomas Bots, it's a good day to die. Oh, it's a good day when no one in the ground now. Dee Dee says, Thomas Bots, it's a good day when no one's in the ground now, Thomas. I guess it was a good day to die for Christopher Plummer. Darth Maul says, I always thought Plummer was British. Turns out he was Canadian. I learned that today. Yeah. British light. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, I wonder if Christopher Plummer saw a Groundhog Day. You know, I'd venture to best bet he did. I kind of want to think he enjoyed Groundhog's Day. At least he did in my mind. Rock Solid wants Dear Bop. We'll get there. Monty says he passed from a heart attack. That can be a lot of things. Robert Rose Jr. says Betty White is 99. Joseph Patrick, tragic news. Justin Bieber was found alive in his house. Josh Strait says, we demand Dear Bop. We're gonna get to the Dear Bops. We're gonna get to Dear Bops. Vincent Gallipo, Qapla, says Bird of Prey, he was in The Clown at midnight. Oh, the clown happy about that, or I don't know. And Rock Solid says, why to Joseph, why would you say such terrible things? Because it's true. It's true. Okay. Let's take a look at this. So Christopher Plummer was a diehard Trekkie before being cast in Undiscovered Country. And this is this was updated today. The Oscar-winning legend who starred as the villain? I thought he was the hero. General Chang in Star Trek VI died Monday. It did not take much for William Shatner to convince Plummer to sign on for 1991 Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. The legendary actor was already a Trekkie. The Oscar-winning Plummer died Monday. He was 91. While speaking with Shatner for his 2011 The Captain's documentary, Plummer revealed that he loved the original series and watched it often. I was a serious Trekkie when it first came out, Plummer told Shatner in the doc. I was living in England all through the 60s, but I watched you on television over and over again. Quipping it was like 100 years later when he was asked to join Star Trek VI as the iconic Klingon General Chang, Plummer said he delighted in being bald and sporting villain's eye patch. The villain's eye patch. I looked a bit like Israeli military leader and politician Moise Dayan in Heat, Plummer joked. And I had the most marvelous time playing with you guys again. Plummer reprised his role from the Undiscovered Country for the 2000 video game Star Trek Klingon Academy. In that game, fans learned how General Chang lost his eye. Let me tell you, it wasn't any cat. Both Canadian countrymen, Shatner and Plummer, had known each other for years prior to working together on Star Trek VI, with the men playing in the Montreal Repertory Theater. Shatner was Plummer's understudy. Can you imagine that? William Shatner being your understudy? In the 1956 production of Henry V at the Stanford Shakespeare Festival. Plummer could not go on one evening due to illness, which led to Shatner's big break. He didn't do what I did at all, Plummer called in a separate interview. Where I stood up to make a speech, he sat down. He did the opposite of everything I did. And I knew that son of a bitch was going to be a star. Oh, that's awesome. And there's a video I can't play, but that would be wonderful to play. So that's cool to hear that he was a Trek fan. Of course, he's best known for Sound of Music. The Canadian stage screen legend became the oldest actor to win an Oscar in 2012, thanks to his performance in Beginners. He was a sophisticated star who in 2012 became the oldest actor to ever win a competitive Oscar, a just reward for his 7 standout decades as leading man on the stage and screen. Died Friday. He was 91. Legendary performer on Broadway for the National Theatre, the Royal Shakespeare Company in England, and the Stratford Shakespeare Festival in Canada. Plummer died peacefully at his Connecticut home. ICM Partners announced Elaine Taylor, his wife and best friend for 53 years, was by his side. Chris was an extraordinary man who deeply loved and respected his profession with great old-fashioned manners, self-deprecating humor, and the music of words. Lou Pitt, his manager of 46 years, said in a statement, "He was a national treasure who deeply relished his Canadian roots. Though through his art and his humanity, he touched all of our hearts, and his legendary life will endure all the generations to come. He will forever be with us." Survivors include his daughter, Emmy-winning actress Amanda Plummer. I don't even know. I've never seen Amanda Plummer. I'm going to have to Google her. Plummer earned 2 Academy Awards. Delighted Plummer accepted a supporting Oscar role in 2012 for playing an elderly widow who begins exploring life as an openly gay man shortly after the death of his wife. Well, that's weird. 2 years earlier, the handsome Toronto native received his first Oscar nominations for his portrayal of Leo Tolsky in The Last Station, 2009. Okay. And Plummer became the oldest actor to ever be nominated after he stepped in for the disgraced Kevin Spacey at the last minute to play J. Paul Getty in All the Money in the World. Yes, I saw that movie. Wasn't a bad movie. Spacey would have played it better, but it was still a good movie. And, you know, as movies go in this day and age, there was nothing compared to like an 80s movie. So yeah. Oh, rest in peace, Christopher Plummer. But let's check out this. What has Amanda Plummer been up to? Would we know her from anything? Ratched. Never heard of it. Momster, Spiral Farm, I Go Home One Day, Gingerbread, A Young Man with High Potential, Freaks of Nature, Bird, Citizen, TV series, A Dancer, reversion to Blacklist, I think I've seen that. Strangely in Love, Hannibal. The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, she was in. Okay. That's something I've seen. I Have to Buy New Shoes, Small Apartment, Sophomore, Dr. Ketzel, Vampire, Girlfriend, The Making of Plus One, Inconceivable. That's just inconceivable. Oh, the Battlestar Galactica TV series. The new one, the reboot. She was the Oracle. She was the Oracle in Battlestar Galactica. Interesting. Okay. That's something. The Gray in Between, Night Visions, Shadow Realms, The Last Angel, The Outer Limits, the 1996 to 2000 Outer Limits reboot. She was on a few episodes of that. Hercules video game. 1997 Hercules. Was that like Hercules and Xena? Huh. Dark Skies, the TV series from 96. No, I think that's a more recent Dark Skies I've seen. Drunks, The Prophecy, Notre Dame. It's Pulp Fiction. She was Honey Bunny in Pulp Fiction. Okay. So I Married an Axe Murderer. Okay. Rose Michaels, and so I married an axe murderer. So actually, I'll be honest, I probably knew more things that Amanda Plummer was in than her dad, although her dad obviously is always going to be more memorable to me. So that's quite interesting. Okay, let's read a couple more chats, and then I'll go ahead and get to Dear Bops. Thomas Pop says, well, Bird of Prey did support Santa Ana over Sam Houston. Listen, in that latest History with R&R radio show, I'm sorry, but General Santa Ana seemed to have it all together. He was being very reasonable. And, Sam Houston, that guy, I don't trust him. Okay. There's something fishy about him. He's liable to get all those people killed. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Is that Sam Houston, he's liable to get everybody killed. General Santa Ana, he gave some solid advice. Rock Solid says, holy shit, Bird of Prey. Just mad a Captain Marvel reference, and he got it right. Did I? Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey. Qapla, brother warrior. Qapla, Jedi Bill. Jedi Bill's been streaming like the old days into the hours of the morning where I'm still awake. I hope you're okay, Jedi Bill. And he says, hello, have you seen Groundhog Day? You know what, Jedi Bill? F you, I take back everything nice I just said. Roxanne says, did Bird of Prey just say he wants a man to be a plumber? I did not. Jay-Z Denton, plumber. I hardly knew her. Qapla, Jay-Z. Monty's Folly says, Bird of Prey, when I was in my teens, I dated a girl who was the cousin of a Beatle. She was a great actress, but didn't want her name to influence her career. She's not a decent actress as a close friend. She's not a decent actress and when I was in my teens, I dated a girl who's cousin of a Beatle. She was a great actress, but didn't want her name to influence her career. She's not a decent actress, but was a close friend. I don't understand. Was she a decent actress or not? Because you said she was a great actress. Maybe she was a better actress than a friend. I'm a little confused, Monty. Wesley Crusher says, Bird of Prey, greetings, birds, turds, and nerds. Am I late? Qapla, yes, Wes, you're about 45 minutes late, Wes. But it's good to have you here nonetheless. And you made it in time for Dear Bops. We didn't do Dear Bops yet. And I know that's your favorite part. No, you did not miss Dear Bop. You did not miss Dear Bop. Who said only 7 subscribers to go to 100? Was that Commodore Ty? No, don't tell him he missed it. He didn't miss it. Sovsborg with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, cheers to Christopher Plummer and General Chang, that was given life by thee. Indeed. Indeed. Well put. General Chang would not be who he was without the body and the mind and the acting ability of Christopher Plummer. And acting ability, it's a fake. Thank you. There you go, Sobsborg. And acting ability, perhaps only ever duplicated by William Shatner himself, and not surpassed until the year 3000, when Calculon, the best acting robot, was created in Futurama. Where were we? I read this. Oh, thank you, Bobby. It's pronounced Rickick. Bobby Rickick. It's pronounced Rickick. Am I getting closer, Bobby? Thank you, Rickick. Dan23 says Betty White, a thumbs up. Joseph says Rock Solid Productions, facts can be terrible. Jay-Z says, oh my God, General Chang died. This is the first time hearing of it. Well, it happened today, Jay-Z. Commodore Ty says, my latest video, Resident Alien and the Time Tunnel reviews. Resident Alien reviews are Joseph Petrick approved. And he puts in the link. And Jay-Z says, Qapla and RIP. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying hello. Obviously, rest in peace is to Christopher Plummer. John DeMarco says, only Bird would think the villain was the hero. No, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, every villain is the hero in his own story. Monty's Folly says, I'm going to say this now. That Franco-German sponge on the throne of England will also be called a heart attack. Guessing that's what they call lack of money or human souls. Rock Solid to Joseph, facts don't care. You're about your feelings. And capture cards don't care if you win a race. Jay-Z says Chang did nothing wrong. Absolutely. Although he did do a little things wrong, but in my theory and in my my view of the world, General Chang was a very honorable Klingon. And what we see happen in Star Trek 6, from the point where he tries to overthrow, he has his own chancellor killed, and he tries to have the Federation president assassinated, and all the bad stuff. That was actually a shapeshifter. It was a shapeshifter alien, like the one we later see in Aurora Penthe. They were working in cahoots. And so the shapeshifter alien took the shape of General Chang, eventually trying to find and free his, his mate or his friend. And that's why this all happened. It was all a ploy for the other shapeshifter to rescue the shapeshifter in Aurora Penthe. And it would have worked if not for the guard shooting being an idiot and saying, well, since you're all going to die anyway, why not tell you, after he shot the wrong Kirk. So it was close, but that's my theory. And later, the real General Chang was able to come out after it was all, and he was a hero to the Empire once again. Yeah. Where are we? Commodore Ties is only 7 subscriptions to 100. Guys, can we please get Commodore Tie to 100 subscribers on this stream? It would mean so much to me. I mean, the man has been doing this so long. His video quality, he should have 10,000 subscribers. The fact that he's got to fight this hard and he's at 93 fucking subscribers, it just doesn't make any sense. Please, please, for me and for General Chang. And I'm close to the general, so I can ask this on his behalf. Please subscribe to Commodore Ty. Thank you. And no, Wes, you did not miss Dear Bop. And you're early for Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, tomorrow. I want to double check that I can. Okay. I am working very hard to get my hands on a copy of the director's cut of Star Trek VI. Now, yes, we did see Star Trek VI way back when I started. It was at the time called Star Trek Saturday. And we watched all the Trek movies in order. And we saw Star Trek VI, the theatrical cut. Okay? But the director's cut changes the movie. And frankly, it's better. And it has more of Rene Auberjonois. And it has, the twist at the end. So, I am changing tomorrow's Cinema Saturday from the aforementioned Bedknobs and Broomsticks to a Star Trek VI, the director's cut, in honor of Christopher Plummer. We're going to rewatch Star Trek VI, though it's not technically a rewatch because last time was the theatrical cut. This time it will be the director's cut. And so we're going to be talking about Christopher Plummer. We're going to be quoting our favorite lines from the movie. And I really hope you guys can join me tomorrow on the stream, on the panel. It will be a great honor to Christopher Plummer, to General Chang, as we watch Star Trek VI, an unprecedented change of plans for Cinema Saturday. And I'll be honest, if I recall, this will be the 3rd time we're watching Star Trek VI, because I do believe we watched Star Trek VI when Rene Auberjonois passed. So now we're going to be watching it again now Christopher Plummer has passed. So it's weird. So this might be the 3rd viewing of Star Trek VI on the channel. But you know what? The movie doesn't get old. So it's fine. It's fine. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, I'm sorry I did not write any 20 Dear Bops this week. Don't worry, Wes. It's perfectly fine. Jay-Z says it's pronounced Houston. Monty's Folly says, sorry, by now she's a decent actress. Oh, by now she's a decent actress. You'd have seen her work if you've seen some recent BBC drama, says Monty. Well, I don't think I have. Qapla, Birdo Prey 5. Qapla, Jay-Z. T-Bergs is Wesley Crusher. Darth Maul says, have you watched WandaVision yet? Not the latest one. Darth Maul, I'll probably watch it after this stream at some point tonight. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz is Qapla, Birdo Prey 5. Qapla. I honestly, I would have Darth Maul, except I got the news Christopher Plummer died, and my whole afternoon turned into making a Christopher Plummer tribute stream, and also securing the director's cut for tomorrow, which is actually a much harder task than I imagined it would have been. But I got a really good feeling I'll be able to get it. If by some reason I can't get the director's cut, then we will go back to Bedknobs and Broomsticks. But I really think I'll have it. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, I really like to write more Dear Bop letters. Well, Wes, I mean, if you want to write Dear Bops, you can if you need to. I'd hope you write real questions, but I have no way of knowing what's real and what isn't. Wesley says, T-Berg, sorry I've been away so long. Jay-Z swoons over Calculon. Joseph Patrick says, Bird of Prey, tell Sisso Prey to watch Knives Out on Netflix. She could like it, and Plummer is in it. Oh, she's on a phone call right now, Joseph, or I would. Jay-Z says, you made it worse. Son of a bitch. Monty's Folly says, sorry, Bird, my mistake. She has won a few serious awards. We only dated a few weeks, but she's a really nice person. She wasn't a slag. I don't know what the hell that is. She was a decent person. Well, that's great, Monty, and it's glad you knew her, even if it was just a few weeks. Better than not knowing her at all. Robert Rose Jr. says, Bird of Prey, have you heard about the founder and CEO of Parler was fired by his company's own board? I did not hear about that, Robert, but it doesn't surprise me. From what I heard, he was kind of his own worst enemy. So I honestly don't know about the internal workings of Parler. If he was fired by his own board, I assume there was a reason. Joseph says, Resident Alien is hilarious. I recommend. Sub to Commodore Ty. Absolutely. Jay-Z says, that's a good theory. John DeMago says, Bird is great at making excuses for dictators. Dan23 says, I've seen adverts on TV for Resident Alien who crashed on a planet and is being a human doctor. Is that Zoidberg? Jay-Z says, takes a dictator to know a dictator. Vincent Gallipo says, I know nobody saw The Clown at midnight in which Christopher Plummer played. It's just a Canadian classic slasher B-movie. Okay, well, at least we know what it is now. Sassy is eating a spoon. That Nephew O'Prey's special spoon. Monty's Folly says, in my youth, there was a bus called the 81, a double-deck bus, and it passed an all-boys school. It was the only time the two mixed, and the top decks was the party zone. You can fill in the blanks. I gotcha. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, but Calculon started off as a welding robot, making your new powered wheelchair, aka Project Satan. Yes, that's true. Wesley says, Commodore Ty, put a link to your channel. Yes, please, Commodore Ty. Do put a link. There is a link to Commodore Ty's channel. Monty says, me and the lady in question met on Lower Deck and talked over a Discworld book. Very cool. And Joseph also puts in a link to Commodore Ty. Wesley's already subbed. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey, Qapla. And yes, I've seen Groundhog's Day. Joseph says, yay. Commodore Ty says, sweet. That sounds awesome. I hope to join in on that one. Very cool. Very cool. No, we're not watching Solar Babies. Eastland says, and I approve, even though you are canceling or pushing back Solar Babies. Just teasing you. What was that? Oh, shoot. Sassy was angry.
Oh, no, that's the second one she picked.
Joseph says, Star Trek 6 is my favorite. My absolute number one. John DeMarco says Star Trek 6 is a good movie to watch over and over. Absolutely. Commodore Ty says my review of the newest WandaVision episode will be up shortly. Very cool. Josh Street says Star Trek 6 is okay. Start the movie right after Dear Bop. No, we can't start it until tomorrow. Jay-Z says like a female geezer. Jedi Bill says hello, Bird of Prey. Qapla, brother warrior. Hail, Caroga. Hey, Bird of Prey. Have you seen Groundhog Day? See, somebody always takes the joke a little too far. Star Trek Nitpicker says, Bird of Prey, do you remember who John Lennon was?
We did that in time for the map show. Oh my God.
John Lennon? Oh, the Beatle.
What your dog was chewing on. She broke it from this.
I would have got it sooner if I could. John Lennon wasn't he a Beatle? Mama Prey? John Lennon? He was a Beatle. Yeah, he's a Beatle. Mama Prey even knows his birthday. October 9th, and he died December 8th, 1980. Because that was a couple days after Cecil Prey was born. Mama Prey was still in the hospital. Barbie R. Rick says, YouTube took a poop on me and shut down. I'm back now. Well, welcome back, Bobby. Eastland loves Resident Alien. I gotta check it out. I've been told by a few people it's good fun. I'm worried that it's on Sci-Fi or Sci-Fi, whatever the hell you pronounce it as. They tend to cancel good shows. But it'll probably get picked up by Netflix or something. Resident Alien is free on YouTube, says Eastland. Okay, well that's good. Roxaz is only sub to Commodore Ty. If you're going to watch, you will do more harm if you sub and don't watch than if you watch and don't sub. Rock Solid, I think you should let Commodore Ty make that decision. JP's says, Bird of Prey, good day. Fine, sir. Good day. JP's. It wasn't John Lennon a dirty hippie. He probably was, JP's. Monty's Follies is Bird of Prey. Off topic, but do you think you or your viewers would be interested in seeing a live stream from a blacksmith shop? Something I wonder if people would be interested in seeing. You know what, Monty? I think if there was, if there was a day or whatever where somebody was live streaming from a blacksmith shop, I'd probably watch. Especially if it was people I knew or there was going to be chat with people I knew. I think that there's some interest in that. I mean, watching that, molten metal and hitting the hammer and an anvil and, very manly work. I don't know, watch them forge something or shoe a horse or something. Yeah, I could see that. That could be interesting. Monty's Folly, Monty's fan, Moxley fan. Oh my God. Not Monty's Folly. Moxley fan said, Bird of Prey, Qapla Bird, and you and all Qapla Moxley fan, not to be confused with Monty's Folly. Easton says, I would watch if it was available, a real craftsman doing metalworking. Monty's Folly says, I'd take requests for what to forge. Can you forge a batleth by throwing your hair into a river of lava and then with your own hand shaping it into the batleth that Kales used to slay the tyrant Molar? Can you forge that? Dan 23 has got something to do with new Lego blacksmith. There's a Lego blacksmith shop. Cool. JP says the blacksmith shop is cool. Machinist shop even cooler. Eastland says I watched some glass blowing in a live stream. How many are like me? I have not watched a glass blowing. And Monty could forge a batleth. Well, maybe a baby batleth. A baby batleth. Charlie's going to need his first batleth soon. Okay, so let's go ahead And to go on to that which I know so many of you waited for. We'll go on to Dear Bop. Reams is here. Defonda says, hello, bird. Man, is it question and answer day? It seems like it is. But feel free to ask question if you have. Holy crap. Wait, these, okay. Okay, sorry. A lot of these are old. And I just didn't move them. Okay, let me move these out. How do I move these in this? Select. Okay. And now how do I move? Archive. Inbox 32. Okay, well, you know what? I'll worry about moving the old ones later. We'll just start with the first one. Let's get this set up. There we go. Okay. It's titled Lego Medieval Blacksmith, says Dan23. And Commodore Ty put up his WandaVision episode 5 review. Caution, spoilers ahead. The link is in the chat. Okay, Dear Bop. Is Groundhog Day time travel a movie? Do you consider it a time travel movie or not? Good question. I don't really consider it a time travel movie because it's just repeating the same day over and over. And I understand why it could be considered time travel, but being we never see the means of time travel, like it's just him dying or falling asleep, and it always happens outside the movie, and we just see the result of the time travel, I'm going to go ahead and say definitively it is not a time travel movie. Sorry, but not a time travel movie. Dear Bop. I don't know what more recent one. Dear Bop, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot do you consider Jolene Blalock? Well, considering I don't know who that is, I guess I'll have to Google it. I'll have to check. I don't know who she is. Born March 5th, 1975. American actress and model, best known for playing the Vulcan first officer. Oh, T'Pol. She played T'Pol. I'll tell you this. As T'Pol, not at all. Not at all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, as a young adult male, you know, and she was in those very tight suits, it's one thing. But as this does, well, I mean, from here up, you know, you can't see, but from this point up, it really does absolutely nothing for me. But and the face does nothing. But if you see her more like this, yeah, this is better. Almost like a Nicole DeBoer, she got better as she got older. This doesn't excite me.
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
You didn't see this movie?
No, what does it have to do with anything?
It is also about a quote time loop.
I've never heard of
I
it.
feel like you saw it. If you didn't, we should watch it. It was fairly funny. It's a newer movie that actually was fairly funny. And it's very much Groundhog's Day-esque.
Well, if it's Groundhog's Day-esque.
time travel, which is why I thought it was interesting to say where's the line. But you're saying you didn't see Palm Springs?
No, I don't remember ever seeing Palm Springs
this year?
No, I didn't.
Okay, you know the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
The main guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him the least.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, but you remember the girl from How I Met Your Mother who turned out to be
Lily?
there?
Oh, who turned out to be the mother? Robin? Oh, no, the yellow umbrella. Yeah, okay. Oh, that helps.
So anyway, you can't discuss it until you see it.
Okay.
Prepared.
Dear Bop, on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, listen, she's an actress, she's a model, she's obviously not ugly, but I know I'm going to get shit for this, but as to Paul, oh, it's so hard. It is so hard to do this. As to Paul, a 6. As someone with long hair and happy, a 7. There's a lot better. But understand, she's a professional actress. I mean, like, she couldn't be terrible. Turn in your nerd card, says T-Berg. Yeah, to Paul. Okay, well, I didn't know. It's the only actress name I don't know. To be honest, I don't know the names of the actors in Enterprise other than Scott Bakula. Yeah, which is weird because I think I know pretty much all the other actors from the other Treks. Barbie says the name Rurik is pronounced Arkick. I'm what's this face McWhatnot. You did a bang up job of pronouncing Bobby though. Thank you. What's this face McWhatnot. Yeah, I don't know how I guess I just didn't know. Robert Rose is a young Nichelle Nichols is still way better looking than Jolene Bollock. She could sing also. This is true. Calling Jolene Bollock not ugly. I love my wife, but even she would not judge me. Archaic. Okay, well, archaic. That's a lot easier. Monty's Five Burberry. Me and the wife have been thinking of getting into YouTube. She's a historical armoirer, and if you've been to any big museums in the UK, you likely see her work. My skills pale in comparison. I'll be honest. I've been to the British Science Museum that I was in 2005. Eastland says algorithm is working, and it suggested to me Blacksmith with 135 watching him now. So I say you have a shot, Monty. Very cool, Eastland. It's pronounced Blaylock. Oh, Blaylock. Jolene Blaylock. Okay. Well, either way, a 6 as to Paul and a 7 as long hair and smiling. Barbie Archaic says from this shoulder level up here, there's nothing. Yes. Well, I'm just saying, if they cut that just a little higher, it would do 0 for me. Dear Bop, this is what to do if a baby bites you. The best response, a firm no nonsense, low drama statement of the rule, no biting. As you remove the offending fangs from their target. Next, offer her something she can bite on, a teething toy, pacifier, or a chilled washcloth, for example. and tell her it's okay to sink her pearly whites in there. Well, first, little Charlie is a he, but regardless, he bit me and it hurt like hell. I'm sorry. We got a lot of Dear Bops today. Dear Bop, have you ever seen a fat or chubby Vulcan before? No, certainly I don't think I've seen a fat Vulcan. Chubby? I mean, cosplay, yes. In an actual canon Star Trek production? I don't believe so, but I mean, maybe in a background scene somewhere, I don't know. I didn't look for any, to be honest. I don't go around at scenes looking and say, are there any fat Vulcans? Now, the only reason I know there was ever sort of fat Ferengi was because Riker said specifically, or they were looking for a fat Ferengi. That's how he was described to them. And then Worf says, a fat Ferengi just entered the bar. And Riker says, on my way. So that guy, okay, he was fat. But otherwise, I don't really go looking to the weights of people. Dear Bop, hi, I would like to let you know that my recent message was asking you what you thought about the Stargate Universe TV show, not what you thought about the Stargate Universe. Okay, well, in that case, it was, I hated it. I hated Stargate Universe. I wanted everyone on the ship to die. I didn't think there was any redeeming people on that entire ship. I didn't like anyone except the senator's daughter. And I'm afraid she was a little young. So I didn't like her till she turned 18. At the time, I was a kid too. Okay. But but then she turned out to be a whore. So I didn't like her either. I wanted them all to die. So, yeah, I never before has there been a cast of people put on a spaceship that I wanted to see die until Star Trek Discovery. That I want to see a cast die more than until Star Trek Discovery. Dear Bop, just like to say that your open lines live on the 2nd of January 2021, some of it was good and enjoyable, but half of it was like, I have no idea what you're going on about or what anyone is talking about. January 2nd. That's over a month ago, so that would have been me playing a game. And I'll be honest, when I'm playing a game, my head is out of it, so I really don't know what's going on myself half the time. And that's why the last few open lines, I've been being part of it myself and not playing a game during the stream. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps make future open line stream more enjoyable. If it doesn't, let me know. Please don't bite my ear, Charlie.
I'm an Uncle Joey.
I have resend the message because the date was incorrect. Dear Bob, I'd just like to say your open lines on the 2nd of February 2021, the one you did recently. Some of it was good and enjoyable, but the other half was like, I have no idea what you're going on about or what anyone is talking about. Okay, well then that's a very different one because that I was not playing a game. If you want to, Groundhog's Day. Oh yeah, that the stream that got no.
Second.
Right. Yeah, if that's the stream that got caught up by Groundhog's Day, then that could be part of it. If there was a specific time or period that you liked better and you want to send me the timestamp for what you thought was the better half or the worse half, I mean, I guess I would appreciate it just so I can have a better idea as to what parts you didn't like, and maybe I can try to avoid them in the future. Although I can't promise because some people might have liked them. Joseph says, Barlock a 7, Baylock a 7. No wonder you're single. Your standards are insane. Joseph, but they're not, because I can tell you, there are some women I would rate higher that you would like say, what the hell is wrong with this man? Charlie Baby Bited Bird. Yes, the Reams, he did last week. Barbie Archaics is perfect. Monty's Follies is Bird of Prey. The Fat Vulcan fears no pickpocket. Thomas Spots is Bird of Prey, so you play games 24/7. And Thomas yells, bite his ear.
Oh, who said that?
Thomas wanted Charlie to bite my ear. No, he didn't want me to bite Charlie's ear. Dan23 puts in some baby emojis. And Wesley says, Charlie has taken over the stream. That's why he is biting you. And we're getting more Dear Bops as I sit here. Jesus. Okay. I would like to, Dear Bop, I assume. I'd like to apologize for sending a message and having a wrong information word in it. Sorry for this inconvenience. I wish there was a way to stop a message that has something incorrect in it before you receive it. And then start reading. Well, unfortunately, that would there'd be no way to do that without breaking anonymity. So it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. All's well. Dear Bob, I know I should have sent this to you on the 13th of November last year, or waited for this year, but with all we've been having, I can't wait. So here's a song for you, Primo Bunnies. Hope you enjoy. Oh, shit. Okay. Nope, not okay. There we go, and there we go. Joseph says, just play this. I can't just play that. Is this safe, Joseph? I'm taking your word for it. Barbie Archaic says, some Ferengi are bigger than other Ferengi. Some Ferengi's mothers are bigger than other Ferengi's mothers. I am agree with that, Bobby. And Wesley says, more Dear Bops. Yeah, okay. Joseph, I'm taking your word for this, Joseph. Oh, something went wrong. Just comic relief. Oh. What are you doing? It's mine.
Thanks, I gotta go get his passage.
I don't know that I can hold. Ow! Oh! Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry. He bit me. He bit me. Oh, Charlie. Oh, Charlie. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect him to bite me. He's got teeth now. Happy baby. Happy baby. Yeah, Charlie likes Bonanza.
You better keep going.
Dun 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 dun. Why would you put my finger in his mouth?
You put your finger in his mouth, number one. Number two, just be happy it's not your nipple. Oh my God.
Yeah, okay. That was it. That was, we uploaded it later as a YouTube short. Okay. So, yeah, you guys can find it. So anyway, I should have sent this on the 13th. Signed, your bunny, your favorite bunny lord, Cinnabon Bunny. Through the gates of Caroga, as we make our way to heaven, through the Carogan lines, primo bunnies. We've been training. Oh, fuck. Sorry, everything closed on me. We've been training for years. Now we're ready to strike as some great operation begins. We're the first ones to fall, yet soldiers have fallen before. In the dawn they will pay, with their lives as the price. History's written today in this burning inferno. Know that nothing remains as our forces advance on the beach. Aiming for heaven through serving in Caroga, victory is ours, their forces will fall. Though through the gates of Caroga, as we make our way to heaven, through the Carogan lines, primo bunnies. On the 13th of November, on the shores of Western Caroga 2020, B-Day upon us. We've been here before, used to this kind of war. Crossfire grind through the sand. Our orders were easy, it's kill or be killed. Blood on both sides will be spilled. In the dawn, they will pay with their lives as the price. History's written today. Now that we are at war with Carogans again, this time we know what will come. Aiming for heaven through serving in Caroga. Victory is ours, their forces will fall. Through the gates of Caroga, as we make our way to heaven, through the Carogan lines, primo bunnies. On the 13th of November, on the shores of Western Caroga, 2020, they're fighting for B-Day upon us. 13th of November, 2020, bunnies are turning the war. Caroga state of anarchy, Cinnabon. Aiming for heaven through serving in Caroga, victory is ours, their forces will fall. Through the gates of Caroga, as we make our way to heaven, through Carogan lines, primo bunnies. On the 13th of November, on the shores of Western Caroga, 2020, they're fighting for B-Day upon us. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to go with that. Thank you. Ah, shit. Where are we? Wesley says, Thomas says, Wesley wants me to go away, so good night. Nobody said for you to go away, Thomas. Monty's, but good night if you have to leave. Monty's Follies says, Bird of Prey. I'm chatting with the wife, and we have video of her flogging an Egyptian kopos sword. Forging an Egyptian kopos sword. It's like words short sword, but it's made out of bronze. An iron version would be easy, but impractical in use. Very cool. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. It looked like you enjoyed Charlie biting you a little too much. I was just laughing because I knew I had screamed, and it was just... And then I felt so bad. I'm not mean. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, are you watching? Bird of Prey, can we see Bird of Prey get bite by Charlie? Barbie Archaic says, in some sort of Dear Bop Groundhog Day. Actor says, Bird of Prey, doing a drive-by, like I just want to ask a question. Was the last episode of The Expanse a thing of another season or what? Am I right? Okay, so the last episode of The Expanse, it helped. The last episode of The Expanse helped. Basically, they are setting it up for what's going to be the final season. And I personally, I think it was a little too little. I think they needed to do more. I think this all could have happened a couple episodes ago, and we should have seen more of what's going to happen next season, this season. I know last week I was very pessimistic about the show. I would say the final episode was an improvement, without going into spoilers, with a couple of major buts. One of the buts, not a spoiler because I'm not going to give you the details, but a main cast member dies, pointlessly, in my opinion, and that's gonna kind of mess things up a bit. But I don't know. Some of it was less than believable, and for a show that has prided itself, or I would thought prided itself, on being the believable sci-fi series, to go and take this sharp left turn or right turn and decide that they're not going to follow believable plot lines anymore, it's just harder to accept. That said, I still think The Expanse is worth watching, but be prepared for season 5 to be a less than average season. And let's face it, not every season can be above average. Season 5 is definitely going to be a weaker season. Now, will it go down as the weakest season? Hopefully. Hopefully season 6 they regroup. But we don't know. We have no idea. I wouldn't tell anybody to stop watching The Expanse. But if you haven't started watching, I don't know. I'm not as enthusiastic about it as I used to be. John Street says, Bird of Prey, sounds like Cinnabon is planning another attack in Space Engineers. It's possible. Although Caroga has been ever expanding. We commissioned a new base yesterday. So we have multiple bases around the solar system. Conveniently placed, loaded with resources. And Caroga grows ever stronger. Josh reads the Cinnabon, but you hide a Cinnabon bunny. And yeah, Cinnabon bunny says 1, WTF is that supposed to be? 2, someone has way too much time on their hands. Yeah, someone who was landing their plane on the Hoover Dam. Someone with that much time on their hands, Cinnabon. By the way, I don't get notifications of Cinnabon's live streams. Actors in Bird of Prey, that proves that going fast with a woman is not good for you. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Hector. Dear Bop, Alpha Kenny Body. Would you? No, I would not. Son of a bitch. Sassy, I gotta read these in my head first before I read them out loud. O Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? By any other word would smell as sweet. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Though I look old, yet I am strong and lusty. Out of my sight thou dost infect my eyes. You horrid image doth unfix my hair. You scullion, you rampellion, you frustilian, I'll tickle your catastrophe. William Shakespeare. I mean, those are Shakespearean's words, but they don't sound like they were all from the same play. Dear Bop, is it still paranoia if it turns out to be true? Krogan Soldier 68. No, surprisingly not. And if that was about a certain article or admission that came out recently in Time magazine, I knew it was never paranoia to begin with. Dear Bop, praise the soup, enjoy a good brew, and as always, hail Caroga. Absolutely. Dear Bop, I feel more alone in this crowded room than when I'm on my own. Is this a normal feeling, or is there something I should be concerned of? I don't know if it's from a song, but concerned, I don't know. It depends. Do you want to feel alone? There are certainly times I want to feel alone, and I'm in a crowded room. But I mean, I listen, I've been to parties where I'm just decided not to interact with people. And, in the beginning, people may try to get you to interact, and you, respectfully say no thanks. And eventually they stop asking you. And then you just sit there and feel bad, or you walk around and pretend to admire a plant in the corner of the room. And you really just want to leave. It happens. Should you be concerned? I don't know. I mean, it happens. I prefer it didn't. At this point in my life, I think it would probably happen less. I mean, assuming I could walk, I would purposely, try to make conversation, talk to people, unless I didn't. Assuming I wanted to talk to people. If I didn't want to talk to anybody, then F them. But the way you write this, it makes me seem you do want to interact with people, in which case, give people a reason to talk to you, or don't push them away if they try to hold out a hand or bring you into a conversation. Dear Bop, have you watched Groundhog's Day? Yes. Dear Bop, now it's time for silly song lyric reading with Birdo Prey 5. The part of the show where Birdo Prey comes out and reads the lyrics of a silly song. The Tale of the Yodeling Veterinarian of the Alps. No, I'm sorry. This is just too long. I know you guys have been putting in songs. This is just too long. I'm not going to even attempt it. Star Trek Nitpickers says, Birdo Prey, you sound like Lieutenant Barclay trying to look comfortable examining a plant in the center alone at party. Yeah, well, to be honest, when I heard that on Star Trek Next Generation, I said, I've been there. I've been that guy. Not as an adult so much, mostly as a awkward teenager, but I understood exactly where he was coming from. Dear Bop, I'm sorry, sir, but we do not have Star Trek Discovery Klingon, only ship collection, but you can still order specific ships from here. Son of a bitch, Eagle Moss. Nobody wants a Star Trek Discovery Eagle Moss collection. Dear Bop, it's your old friend Carlos Danger. I'm using my alias name just like you suggested the last time I wrote to you. Well, I want to thank you for advice on just using a hotel room rather than trying to clear my waterbed covers of bedbug. I found nothing would work. We had a great time at the Gowanus Inn in Brooklyn, and I spent 6 hours of bliss inside that place. We thought about giving you a call and bringing you over to hang out with me and my friend, but wasn't sure if your bed would fit inside my Mini Cooper. Maybe next time. Hey, one more thing that you can help me solve. Do you know that loser wife of mine, Uma? Well, I'm trying to get rid of her and wondering if you know any guys I can set her up with. She likes loser stuff like Star Trek, so I'm sure you know a guy. Anyway, thank you for whatever you can do. Is this on the screen? No, it's not even on the screen. It's not even showing. Oh, there we go. She likes losing stuff like Star Trek, so if you can do your best buddy, Andy W. P.S. My friend Hillary is looking for a boy toy, and I thought of you, Tiger. Oh my God. That sickens me. That sickens me. No, thank you. As for a guy for your ex-wife, who I believe it's your ex-wife now, I think I'm just gonna stay out of it. People who get to know those people around you, they tend to disappear or die by suicide by 2 shots to the back of the head. We're gonna part ways. No actual interaction. But good luck with that, Carlos. Dangerous. Dear Bop, who let the dog slip? Woof, woof, woof. Who let the dog slip? Isn't who let the dogs out? That's Mamo Pray when she does. Dear Bop, why are you so mean to me? I try that number for Deej, 1-900 Deej the Peach, and it's not his phone. Someone pick up and say, this is Corey Haim and Corey Feldman's fan hotline. I don't even know those dummies. Why are you not nice after all we've been through together? Remember, I shave your back and clean the junk out between your toes. No, oh God, no. Well, I'm done with you guys and I head back to Beijing. I plan on telling them everything about Caroga. See how you like it when CCP take over your loser nation. Good Widdance Bird. Your ex-girlfriend, Fang Fang. Hello?
Ryan, and I'm calling from U.S. Home Solar. How are you today?
Automated voice. Take care, Fang Fang. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Dear Bop, Joe Mama. A clever name used to insult another individual's mother. It's a play on words and refers to saying, yo mama. Person 1, where's Joe? Victim 1, Joe? Joe who? Person 1, Joe Mama. Person 1 proceeds to feel insulted. Victim 1 proceeds to feel insulted. Yes, I guess. This is true. Dear Bop, Thomas is smelly, Cinnabon stinks, Anti-Tracker is old, Wesley is sexy. That's me, I'm sexy and I know it. Then again, Cinnabon's flowing hair makes him sexy. FYI, I will make all of T-Berg's ship's panels accessible to you, so you can steal his stuff and just leave my stuff alone. Hail Caroga. I'm pretty sure that's all fake. We're going to do a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back. I wonder if these will be the same commercials as last time. Hopefully not.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? It's yours?
No,
Your mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must have...
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not...
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. A hope, a dream, a Saturday night, a great new taste. It's a Coke reaching new heights. Coke is just how you feel when you know it's for real. It's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke. Coke is it. I'd like to teach the world just how you feel in perfect harmony. For real, it's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke. Coke is it.
Ronald McDonald in Dreamy Breakfast.
This morning it seems Ronald's having a dream.
Time for breakfast, Birdie.
Oh boy, hotcakes!
Hoppin' McHotcakes. After 'em, Birdie.
You betcha!
What? Whoops. Gotcha.
Not you! Ronald, time for breakfast with a friend.
Wow. Yummy hotcake syrup and butter.
Plus juice and milk. Breakfast.
A dream come true.
McDonald's and you.
One of the nice things about McDonald's Chicken McNuggets, those hot, tasty pieces of boneless chicken, is that they're packaged in sizes for every appetite. Let me illustrate. Enter the six-pack. A logical lunch. McNuggets 9, a delight for dinner. And a pack of 20, hey, perfect for picnics and parties. Of course, these are mere suggestions. Your appetite will be the true guide.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
One Day at a Time has moved. The craziest cast of characters in some of their zaniest adventures ever now come to you in the morning at a brand new time. Anything goes, and it usually does. So be sure to watch us, because it all happens one day at a time. Now at 10 Eastern, 9 Central and Pacific.
Has Wayne Newton split with his wife and hit the jackpot with his new romance? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Can you lose weight by switching from celery to sweets? This week's National Enquirer tells you. How can you put office troublemakers in their place? What curse of death and disaster haunts the Super Bowl?
It's in the Enquirer.
What bizarre surprises popped up on Caroline's wacky honeymoon? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people.
Hello world, I'm back. I apologize for the extended delay. I had to also take a pill. Not that pill. Sick bastards. On to the next Dear Bop. Dear Bop, I need to speak with someone there in your chat. Last name Butts, first name Seymour. I need to see more butts, please. Oh, damn it. Just like Mo the bartender. Dear Bop. Stepping into Eden. Yay, brother. Stepping into Eden. Yay, brother. No more trouble in my body or my mind. Gonna live like a king on whatever I find. Eat all the fruit and throw away the rind. Ye brother. Or yay, brother. Okay, is that a prayer? I can pray too. Oh God, our Heavenly Father, Supreme Dictator of Caroga, the source of all knowledge and track trivia. Dear Bop, Kimmy Jong-il here. I hear you helped Joe Biden, so I message you. I feel so lonely, and sadly alone. What should I do? There's no one, just me only, sitting on my wiffle throne. I work really, really hard to make great. No, you know what? I'm sorry. I can't do this. It's too long, and I know it's funny. I know it's from wherever, but I'm sorry you so lonely, Kim Jong-il. But I know you're not, because you literally have a near infinite number of shall we say, citizens waiting at your beck and call. So you're not lonely. I'm lonely. You're not. Dear Bop, remember to read this as you are Chief O'Brien. Let's see. Okay, it's not too long. How do I read it as Chief O'Brien? The minstrel boy to the war is gone. The ranks of death you will find him. His fear's sword he hath grinded, and his wild harp slung behind him. Land of song, said the warrior bard, though all the ward betrays thee, one sword at last thy right shall guard, one faithful harp shall praise thee. The minstrel fell, but the foreman's chin could not bring that proud soul under. The harp he loved never spoke again, for he tore its cords asunder, and said, no chain shall sully thee, thou soul of love and bravery. Thy songs were made for pure and for the pure and free. They shall never sound in slavery. I'm sorry. I hope that works. Yeah, Kim Jong-il died in 2011. He still is less lonely. Yeah, don't ask Bird to do an accent. Actually, Sissel Prey asked me the other day specifically not to do an accent because she had a phone call with actual Australians. So she wanted to make sure I wasn't doing Aussie Prey.
Charlie wants lots of love.
Dear Bop, I'm tired of the continued drama and Groundhog Day bullshit I and others are having to deal with in the community. I'm done with it all, and we'll make changes moving forward because the community needs to grow without poisoning effect of immorality and stupidity of those who only care about themselves. You all might not know who I am, but you will. It's time. And to all the ones I'm talking about who know who you are, the shit games are over. Change is coming. So you better wise up and change, because if things that don't adapt don't survive. All I know is that wasn't me. Rezu Germ says you have a gift for epic poetry. Thank you, Resolute. Of course, I didn't write the poems. And Wesley says Bird doesn't even do a good New York accent. As to whoever wrote this, I think you're half serious, if not full serious. What you do on your channel is your business. What I do on my channel is mine. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but I prefer err on the side of, openness. So, if people can't accept that or deal with it, I get it. I do. Dear Bop, for Sis to read. This is for you, Sis O'Prey. Well, I'll read it to you. As you move to New Jersey, never mind. As you moved to New Jersey, did you pack the sock cutters or did you buy a new set of sock cutters? Amazon has sock cutters on sale if you need a brand new sock cutters. Sock cutters.
Is that supposed to be something witty?
It's supposed. If you say it enough times fast, you might find yourself saying a different phrase. No, just say it fast. Sock cutters. Yeah, well, if you say it out many times.
Yeah, there's plenty of that.
Sis O'Bray says there's no shortage of sock cutters in New Jersey.
Hey.
Dear Bop, Beyond the Night by Rachel Luttrell, Tyler of Stargate Atlantis. I'm not going to read karaoke lyrics. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm glad you didn't paste it in, but either way, I'm not reading full songs anymore. Certainly not on a day where we've got like 35 Dear Bops. Dear Bop, did you skip my last Dear Bop, the one for Sissel Prey? No, I didn't skip it. Dear Bop, I don't like their big, stupid steak fries. I like my fries little, thin, and crispy. Dear Bop, let me introduce myself. My name is Mike Litteris. Your channel was recommended by my friend Lee Nover. Oh, Mike. Mike. Oh, is that really the last Dear Bop? Or are we on the... Is there a different page? Huh. Huh, that was the last Dear Bop. I thought there were a bunch more. We made a lot of progress. Oh, wait, there are more. I did skip some. Son of a bitch. I skipped a lot. Okay. I read that one. I did this one. Silly song lyric. Soft Putty. No, I'm not going to read Soft Putty. Dear Bop, what's your favorite episode of Baywatch? From Mox and Rip Christopher Plummer. I'll be honest, I never really watched Baywatch. You know, other than like the opening credits. I was usually done with it by then. I don't have a favorite episode of Baywatch, and I wouldn't put Baywatch on my list of favorite TV series. Wesley says, what's the deal with the sock cutters? I don't know, but too many sock cutters, I tell you. Dear Bop, Coke or Pepsi? Coke. Well, honestly, Coke. Okay, Sissel Prey won't even drink Pepsi. She'll punt a Pepsi. If it's the last drink in the world, she will punt the Pepsi. I prefer Coke. Now, from a 2-liter bottle, you're right, I probably wouldn't drink either of them at this point. But from a can, or most preferably, I like my soda from a fountain, watered down from a fountain. I prefer Coke, but if they only have Pepsi, I would do Pepsi. But yeah, definitely prefer Coke. Dear Bop, movie trivia. In chronological order, what is the first appearance of the Tantive 4 in Star Wars? I don't know what the Tantive 4 is, but since it's trivia, I'm going to go ahead and say episode Tweed. It's episode 2. Episode 2. Resolute says, good for Sissel Prey. Joseph says, Bird of Prey, Baywatch babes are probably a 3 for you. I'll be honest, Pamela Anderson, while she was, she was not the hottest woman on TV. Okay, I would have taken at the time season 1 Beverly Crusher over Pamela Anderson. And I still would. I still would. Yeah, I don't know why people continue to drink Pepsi. One of my many online dates was with a woman, who happened to work for Pepsi. And we went to a restaurant that was near my work, a Mexican restaurant, and they happened to be a Pepsi restaurant. And so everything was okay. She's like, it's a good thing they have Pepsi here because I wouldn't be able to be seen with a Coke drinker. And I don't know if she was serious or not, but I tried to laugh it off. And then I think she stopped calling me after I said I drank Coke. I think she stopped calling me. I was also seeing, no, she worked for Pepsi, and she was very serious about being a Pepsi only. I was kind of seeing someone else at the time too, so I really wasn't too concerned. But then like 2 or 3 weeks went by. I thought, hey, whatever happened to Pepsi girl? And I'm like, oh well, she was a Pepsi girl anyway. It was never meant to be. Dear Bop, in Battlestar Galactica, Starbuck is better as a man or a woman in your opinion? Well, as I never watched the original Battlestar Galactica, I would say the woman, because it's the only thing I know. It would be pretty hard to be better as a man. I'll always think of Starbuck as a woman from now on. Dear Bop, dear Bop, dear Bop, dear Bop, dear Bop, dear Bop. Oi, dear Ozzy O'Prey, I was being chased by a shark while I was out surfing yesterday off the Tasmanian coast. How do I know if it was a real shark or a shapeshifter from the future? Oh, well, if the shark comes up to you and you just stick your finger in its eye, right? If the shark closes its eye, it's probably a shapeshifter. But if the shark bites off your hand, then it's probably a shark. That's how you can tell if it's a real shark or a shapeshifter. Boy, thank you, Ozzy O'Prey. He'd been wanting to tell the world his story for a while. Dear Bop, how hot do you consider Jerry Ryan these days? Well, I could if, it was quieter in here. Just saying. Dear Bop, what Star Wars space battle is your favorite? I guess the original blow up the Death Star when you see those like torpedoes or whatever they are just make a 90-degree turn for no effing reason. And they're flying through the Death Star caves and boom, boom, boom. Honestly, I don't have a favorite. That's just the one I can remember the most. It's certainly not the one in whatever it was where Admiral What's-Her-Face light speeds into the Star Destroyer. Dear Bop, do you like Austin Powers movies? Yeah, baby. Oh, I love the Austin Powers movies. Until Anchorman came, Austin Powers was my funniest modern comedy. And don't get me wrong, we're going to do Austin Powers on Cinema Saturday sooner than later. I like the first one the best. I think the second and third get a little less, but I love Austin Powers. Yes. We're gonna do Austin Powers. I hope other people enjoy it as much as I do. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I completely confused. We did not watch Star Trek 6 when Rene Auberjonois passed away. Just strike that from the record. I was confusing it with Anchorman when the guy who played the news, the president of the news division died. That's what I was just looked that up today. So I confused that I looked up Star Trek 6. I did not. I looked up Anchorman. Completely different. So we've not played Star Trek 6 more than once, but we will tomorrow. Yasmin Bleeth was the hottie on Baywatch. I don't know who that is. Carmen Electra was the hot one on that show, says Resolute. Well, it seems like there's a debate. Resolute says BSG is overrated. Geeks enjoy Nerdrotica, says Coke tastes like chalk water. Okay, you're banned. You're banned. Loves Pepsi. You know what, LDG? There's a woman who worked for Pepsi. I don't know if she's still single. It's been like 15 years. But if she is, I'll send her your number. Wesley says Coke tastes like rum, or is it the rum that tastes like rum? It's hard to tell, Wes. K. Savian says, please don't reboot Austin Powers. They can't. Could you imagine a 2021, woke Austin Powers? Like, what would that even be like? Like, oh, the first time he comes out of ice and he says something, like, sorry, Austin, you're under arrest. Like, what, baby? I was just spanking her on there. Yeah. I'm like, sorry, Austin, that's a crime now. You're going to prison. You're probably going to be raped. It was a short movie. Joseph says Anchorman is as funny as funerals. And you've been to some very funny funerals, Joseph. Captain Track says hello, Qapla, Captain. Good to see you. Dear Bop, Wesley Crusher here. Can't really think of a question. How about this? If New York were to sink into the sea or be taken over by rats or a Sharknado or some other world-ending event, would you live stream it for us? Your views would go up for sure. Thanks, Bob. Wes. Absolutely, Wes. In fact, I already live streamed it once. The sky turned blue one night, and I was live streaming it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. It turned out to be a transformer explosion at a Con Ed substation like 10 miles away. The entire sky was blue. In fact, I remember because I was looking at my security cameras and I asked Mama Prey, like, Mama Prey, does the sky, and this was at night. It was like, it should have been completely dark, like 9, 10 o'clock at night. I was like, Mama Prey, can you look out the window and tell me if you see this blue flashing light covering the entire sky? And she's like, what? I was like, there's blue. I don't know. And she looks out the door and she's like, oh my God, yes, it is blue. Like, we had no idea what the F was going on. And I went live and we had people from, this was around the time Game of Thrones ended. So we had people from, from the channel and just random YouTubers coming in because it was started to make news on Twitter and stuff that there was this brilliant blue light. It was on the news. People were like, is it aliens? The news is like, it's not aliens. We don't know what it is. And then like 6 hours later, they were finally like, oh, Con Ed said it was a substation explosion. If you believe that. Yeah, Ciso Prey was closer to it. Yeah. So it was so bright.
But then it stopped, and when it went black,
Yeah. Ciso Prey is talking. I know you can't hear her. Oh, yeah. So Wes, if it is something I can live stream, I will certainly live stream it. Now the problem is, if it's that terrible an event, would we have internet? I do have a backup generator, so hopefully we would have electricity. But if internet goes down, then we're out of luck. But otherwise, I'll do my best. Dear Sis O'Prey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot would you say David Boranzis is? Thanks, Bop, for asking Sis O'Prey this. Boreanaz. And thank you, Arabic Sander, for the $1 super chat. Qapla, Arabic. I guess this will pray is to look it up. Well, the question is on a scale of 1 to 10. She says he looks familiar. He was on Bones. Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. Dan says, I once have thought UFOs flying over my house. It was just Chinese lanterns. Vincent Galapos is bird of prey. Flying torpedoes make 90-degree turns for no reason in Star Wars Episode 4. Lol, that's so true. I still love Episode 4. Episode 6, the final space battle with Lando, is pretty decent too. Yeah, I mean, none of them are terrible except for that Star Destroyer. Sis, I just need a number. 1 to 10. He's no Tom Ellis. I don't know who Tom Ellis is. She says 7. Oh, Lucifer. I figured that women probably found him attractive. Okay, so Tom Ellis is the top of your list. Okay. So she says so she puts him as a 7 with Lucifer as a 10. Dear Bop, I'm getting pressured by my employer to get vaccinated. The owner of the company, head of HR, and my direct supervisor have all asked when I'm getting mine, implying it's in my best interest. Not joking. I feel like my job is being threatened if I don't get vaccinated. But as someone who is following the science, I don't believe there's enough information out there in the side effects. I'm not anti-vax, I'm just concerned this has been rushed. That's what people were saying when Trump was in office, that it was rushed and not thoroughly tested. Just because Biden is in office doesn't change rushed nature. There are concerns about reproductive issues in men and overall issues that haven't been addressed. Do I have legal recourse? Sick of COVID. We're going to have Sis O'Prey, who is a department of HR.
States, obviously. The EEOC has provided guidance on how requiring vaccines at work would kind of how that intersects with the ADA, the American with Disabilities Act, and every other law that's out there, to say in what cases you can and can't and that kind of thing. So there are people who literally can't get vaccinated, right? Like they have autoimmune disorders or it's not recommended. So in that case, that's all the way to the side where it's clearly not okay to require it for those people. But if you're coming back to the other side, I haven't read all the guidance yet, but I would say go to the EEO website or just Google EEOC guidance COVID vaccine, and you will have a wealth of information to help you know.
Thank you, Sis O'Prey. So the official answer is go to the EEOC website and Google for COVID vaccination. The Bird O'Prey 5 answer is what do you do? And if you're constantly seeing other people Like if you work in a retail setting, or a driver, or you're a doctor or a healthcare worker, you should probably just get it. I really doubt their reproductive issues are serious unless you're actually pregnant woman at the time. Pregnant women should not get vaccinated. And if you're planning to get pregnant in the next couple months, maybe skip that. But otherwise, if you're a dude, I highly, highly doubt the vaccine is really going to cause any long-term reproduction issues. I just don't think it'd be possible to make a medication that could do that, because if they could have done that, they would have come out with that already, because millions and millions of men would love to take an injection without getting their tubes tied, but to prevent themselves from having more babies. Mamo Pray just says freeze some sperm. Now I have to warn you, that does not mean in your own freezer. Okay? That does not mean in your own freezer. This means scientifically, but then you've got to pay storage fees and whatnot. So perhaps you take a flight up to Alaska, you go out in the wilderness, you have a GPS, you got very precise coordinates, you dig a hole, put it down only a couple feet, cover it up, and then if you ever need it, you go back to those coordinates and get it again. This way you can save that expensive lab fee. The risk is, you might get mauled by a bear. Yeah, I know Sassy doesn't get any attention. Tubes, well, whatever. They get cut, they get snipped. You know what I'm talking about, Thomas. Tubes tied. Okay, tubes tied, that's what women get. Men get vasectomies. They get they get cuts, they get snipped. And so many more would get it if there was just a shot to get and not actually have to keep a frickin' pound of ice on your crotch for a week to recover. Dear Bop, please rate in order. T'Pol, Jadzia, Tilly. Honestly, I know this is going to be unbelievable to many of you, but I would say Jadzia, Tilly, T'Pol. And I swear to God, my honest truth, I would rather hook up with Tilly than T'Pol. Not even kidding. Now, this is as a this is assuming this is just based off of physical looks. If we're taking into account their character, then Tilly falls down and T'Pol comes up, and Jadzia remains on top. But just based off of physical looks, Tilly over T'Pol. Dear Bop, I love the Nintendo GameCube, but it looks terrible on my modern flat panel TV. Since you're the gaming expert I trust the most, how can I improve my video quality? M. Bennett, president of Matlandia. Mr. Bennett, I would suggest you go out there and you YouTube search a video on this very issue, and you will most certainly find a video by our own Rock Solid Productions and or Life with Matthew. And you can, if there's both. You can watch both. But surely Rock Solid Productions has a video on this very issue, and they can get you all set up. I personally have never had a GameCube. I never plan to have a GameCube, and I never intend to worry about the video game quality of old systems because I just use emulation. The Dan23 says no. Admiral Saval says yo. Welcome, Admiral. K. Sabian says the vast Defrons. Yes. Yes. Dr. Scotty says I thought he'd put Tilly at number 1. Oh, hell no. You know, season 1 Tilly might have got number 1. Seasons 2 and 3, no. Season 1 Killy. Season 1 Mirror Universe, blonde hair, Captain Killy. She would have been competition for Dax, for Jadzia. Resolute says, but bird must be ill. Springtime says, bird of prey. How about Tindy from Star Trek Lower Decks? I can't put an animated character into a legit thing. I mean, if I have to compare her to other animated characters, okay, I'm sorry. I can't compare her to a human character. Now, if you wanted to say Jessica Rabbit, Tindy, and I don't know, Marge Simpson, then it would be in that order. Jessica Rabbit, Tindy, and Marge Simpson. Lois Griffin isn't bad for a chick with short hair.
Julian loves Lois Griffin.
Yeah.
He gets mad if Peter's such an idiot. Better than him.
Andrea, Qapla, Andrea, welcome. Our newest channel member, Andrea's here. Towards the end again, Andrea. Sorry you missed. Thomas Potts is Bird of Prey. Remember those 2 times you did a test and got Tilly? Yes. Yes, Thomas was referring to 2 separate Star Trek Discovery online quizzes to figure out who you were on the Star Trek Discovery crew by answering stupid questions like your favorite color. And both times, somehow, I ended up with getting Tilly. Wait, you baking the cake?
Wait, why you like hot cake now?
I ordered that cake.
For what?
If I wanted
So
cake.
You put it in the refrigerator and eat it cold?
Yes.
Do you want me to bake the cake?
I mean, if somebody wants to bake the cake, I wouldn't mind it.
If I'm baking the cake, well, first of all, Mommy needs to do her bake.
Okay.
Yeah. And some help with my hands being.
Andreas is Joseph. There you are. Hi. This took a strange turn, says Resolute. Kerplop, says Andrea. Close enough. Close enough. Okay, we got a couple more Dear Bops here. And then I think we will be good for the day. Oh, we'll say one more goodbye to our friend, Christopher Plummer. Dear Bop, no, not the sock cutter. That one about if she, oh, never mind. Too many Dear Bops today. And Dear Bop, as you like, take the ultimate Frank Sinatra quiz. See how many you get wrong. Okay, the ultimate Frank Sinatra quiz. Now that's something I got to. What year did Frank Sinatra call New York? Yeah, what did the Frank Sinatra... Oh my God, it helps if I could read first. Are you a fan of Frank Sinatra or completely obsessed? Find out here. Created by a 12-year-old. What did Frank Sinatra call New York in his song, New York, New York? The city that never sleeps. Obviously, easy. What Frank Sinatra's most well-known song, My Way? What place did Frank Sinatra sing about? All of them. San Francisco, Delaware, Chicago. Okay. Chicago, that toddling town. I mean, he does mention Broadway in the song Chicago. But I assume they since I have to pick a single answer, I'll pick Chicago. What year did Frank Sinatra die? Ooh. I'm not sure. When did Frank Sinatra die? I'm thinking June 8th, 1998. But you know what? I'm going to go with May 14th, 1988. How many children did Frank have? Well, now that's a hard question because there's legit children and then there's people who you know, claim to be. Frank Sinatra Jr., Nancy Sinatra, Tina? I don't think Tina. I think it's two. I think it's just Nancy and Frank Sinatra Jr. Which one of his children was kidnapped? Oh, now Tina's an option here. Was there Tina? I don't know. I feel like they're saying Francis and Frank. I don't know. Tina Sinatra. No, Tina wasn't a kid. Okay, and I don't know. I don't know. Sally? There was no Sally. How many of Sinatra's children became singers? Any and all. Yeah. Or two. Well, see, both of these answers could be true. Nancy and Frank Sinatra Jr. both became singers. So, which is more correct if he's only got two kids? If he's got three kids, fuck. Okay, we're going back. We're changing those answers. I think I was right the first time. Where did he grow up? New Jersey, Hoboken. What is his middle name? Albert. Francis Albert Sinatra. What is Frank Sinatra's birthday? December 12th, 1915. Test results are... Wow, you are Francis Wait, what? Wow, are you Francis Albert Sinatra? Come back. You know more about him than probably his own mother. You correctly answered 9 out of the 10 questions. On average, 1,916 users who took the quiz gave 7.45 right answers. So 9 out of 10, which one was I wrong about? Here, which one was I wrong? Chicago. Where did he die? It was May 14th. I got that one. Okay, I got the 3 answers right. Kidnapped. Unfortunately, you didn't pick the right answer. The right answer was Frank. How can you have Francis and Frank both listed for a question where the answer is Frank? Isn't Frank short for Francis? I take heavy issue at number 6. But okay, fine. So 9 out of 10. I gotta say, I'm happy with that. I'll take it. Not gonna complain too much. Double checking. All Dear Bops have been read. Okay. I don't have malware. Dan23 says, yeah, Whoopi Goldberg is a confirmed guest star for Picard #2, but Picard 2 is in pause. It has started production because they can't get it ready to go. Picard hasn't, Patrick Stewart, I believe he hasn't finished being vaccinated yet. And even once he does, I'm not sure they're going to be able to start filming. So from what I hear, it could be quite a while before we see season 2 of Picard. And God knows what could happen in the year plus we are away. You know, it's very unlikely Picard's going to be out a year from now. That would be the earliest possible time. If they haven't even begun filming, we're probably looking at least a year. And anything can happen in a year. I'm just saying. The chances we'll see Picard season 2 get smaller every day. It doesn't mean they're going to get to 0. It doesn't even mean they're going to get below 50%. But they do shrink every day. As does the chance we're going to see Orville season 3. As every day goes on, the chances get smaller and smaller. Any show is going to be renewed or restored or air again. That's just the way life works. Vincent Gallipo says, Bird of Prey, according to Bleeding Cool, Star Trek Jerry Ryan prefers 7 on Picard, not Voyager. Oh well. Well, Vincent, I heard that, and it's something. I mean, I wanted, if you wanted to get over it, I don't care. I understand people are upset, but if she's actively working in one series, it's very hard for her to come out and say, oh, I preferred my old role, when she has to go to work, you know, once a week or whatever, and see the people that are currently writing her roles. So she has to say it. I mean, it's a trick question. It's like you can't ask you can't ask a guy who's been married 3 times, who was your favorite wife, if he's still married to the 3rd wife. It has to be the 3rd wife. You can't say, yeah, I really like that first one. But no, it's just, she had to say that. I don't really, she might prefer it. I don't know, and I don't care. These are Hollywood answers. They don't have any real meaning. Wesley says, that was a long Dear Bop. It was. It was. And Andrea knew about the 3 kids. Frank Sinatra had 3 kids, and several alleged ones. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard. So it's hard to know. Are we concerned about Jake Picard now? Not me, Mr. Londell. Dragon Sword says, dude, I forgot Plummer was the Klingon Shakespeare. Damn it. Sad to see another one go, Bird of Prey. Hope you're doing all right, dude. Qapla, Dragon Sword. Yeah. It is sad that a Shakespeare quoting Klingon has left us. It's certainly one of the most articulate Klingons in the franchise history. And obviously one I looked up to quite a bit, as he's literally my avatar on YouTube and many, many other social networks. Thomas Potts says, Miss Lundell, movies, but Bird of Prey said Orville was canceled. And Thomas, I hate to say it, but we still haven't seen Orville come out. So as far as I say, I stand by that it was canceled. Dan says, Bird of Prey, what Star Trek show are in 2021? Well, Dan, Star Trek Prodigy that we know about. Likely the end of 2021 will probably be Strange New World. And that's all I know of. I don't know that Discovery is going to be back for the end of 2021. I would assume Lower Decks would have a 2021 release, but I'm not sure. The only one I'm mostly sure of is Prodigy. Being Lower Decks is animated, there's no reason that should have a problem being put out this year, but I haven't heard any confirmation. Picard, I'd say Picard is probably out. Star Trek Discovery Season 4 is filming or finished filming, or in the process, so they may be able to make it in for the end of the year. I'm just not sure. I don't know. If I had to bet, I would say Lower Decks, Prodigy, and I don't think we'd see both Strange New Worlds and Discovery both in 2021. Probably one or the other, with the other following it, just like they followed Lower Decks. Well, we'll see. Joseph says, I love my first wife. Yeah, but is your current wife your first wife? Wesley says, I love my wife, my yet-to-be wife. The one I haven't met yet. No, he's not dating. Wesley says, I can't answer that on a live stream. Oh, it's complicated. Resolute says, Strange New Worlds is not happening this year if it's happening at all. Well, that's unfortunate, because that was the one that was... I mean, did I think it was going to be good? No, but it was the one I had the most interest in. Oh, well. Anyway, guys, with that, once again, I want to say a real heartfelt goodbye and a thank you to Christopher Plummer for bringing the iconic General Chang not only to Star Trek movies, Star Trek VI, but also to at least 2 Star Trek video games, Starfleet Academy and Klingon Academy. Yeah, he was a villain, fine, but he was a villain you love to watch. And I would put him up there with Gul Dukat as easily one of the top villains in Star Trek franchise history. And he only got a single movie with less than 2 hours of screen time for the entire movie, where Gul Dukat got, I don't know, 40 something DS9 episodes. So it's what he did with his character is so memorable because of his acting. So good for him. He's going to be remembered for a long, long time. I hopefully will never forget him, and I hope none of you do either. And Christopher Plummer, whether you're in heaven, heck, or Stovacore, I hope your spirit lives on, and you go keep on quoting Shakespeare. I'm as constant as the northern star. And then Bones, I'd pay real money if he'd shut up. I can see you, Kirk. Can you see me? And then finally, when that torpedo is locked on to the gas pipe of a ship, and he knows it's coming, and they're cloaked, so they have no shields. And he says, finally, to be or not. to be, although he says it in Klingon. Qapla, Qapla. Or does he say it in English? I think he says it in English. Either way, boom. And the explosion is so great, they use the exact same explosion in the very next Star Trek movie. Chills. I get chills. So again, guys, tomorrow, change of plans, and it would appear, I think I've got it. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, will be our Cinema Saturday for tomorrow as a tribute to Christopher Plummer. I hope to see you guys there. I hope to see people on the panel. I think we'll have some good fun, and we'll still do Jurassic Park the week after, and we'll put bed knobs and broomsticks in at some point. We'll figure out the schedule. So I hope you all enjoyed the show. I hope we've all said our goodbyes to Christopher Plummer, aka General Chang, and I hope some Dear Bops you found helpful. Yeah, so I hope to see everybody soon. Qapla all. Bird out. Professor Brainy Spec says, Bird of Prey, you're on late today. Am I? How long we go? Oh, almost on 2 hours, 45 minutes. Yeah, Professor. Andrea says, yes, it is Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. Qapla, Professor Brainy Specs. I'm sorry I missed that. Dan23 says, did you see those Paramount Plus promos? I did not, Dan. I'm going to look at them soon, too. I'm going to look at WandaVision and Paramount Plus. I've heard the Paramount Plus, and I shook my head at what I was hearing. And Erica is the number one wife. I understand. Good, Joseph. Moira Kitty is in the house. Qapla, Moira. Meow. I'm so sorry, Moira. I missed that. Meow, Moira, if you're still here. I'm sorry, guys. I missed some people at the end. Wesley says, Qapla, hail on Caroga. Star Trek Nitpicker says, Qapla, all live long and prosper. Qapla, Nitpickers. Dragon Sword says, Qapla, prosper and long live. And Plummer's watch has now ended. Indeed. Good evening, everyone, says John DeMarco. Mike Richards says, farewell from Columbus, Ohio. Joseph says, Andrea, see you tomorrow. Should come to Cinema Saturday. Yes, you'd be very welcomed. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, you are on late. Yes, I am. John DeMarco says he did say it in English in the last time. Right. Talk back was at the dinner table, and then at the last one he said it in English. Andreas says, sorry, Joseph and Bird of Prey, what's the flick? Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. Aravic says, rip Captain Von Top. Professor Brainy says, oh man, tomorrow, ugh, and I have the following Saturday off. Well, because, as a tribute to Christopher Plummer, Professor. Joseph's best Star Trek movie, to Andrea. I was not really looking forward to Bed Knobs. Yeah, I know a lot of people weren't. Dragon Sword says, take care. Comradin, Star Trek 6, a very good flick. Andrea says, I'll keep writing here. Will he stay? If we keep writing, will he stay on? To a point. Everybody writes something here. He won't be able to stop. Daniel's Hot Topics. Qapla Daniels is ripped to Christopher Plummer. Arabic says, lol, you have to include at Bird of Prey 5. Daniel says, Bird of Prey, rip Christopher Plummer. I got it. I got it. Goodbye again, Dan. Daniel says, Bird of Prey, WandaVision episode 5 was a little annoying. Okay, I didn't see it yet, so I'm not reading the rest. I saw a little bit of it. I'm not reading the rest. I'm going to watch it later today, Daniel. Yeah, let's be careful with spoilers, please. So most people haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry you were sad. Okay, guys, with that, I'm really out this time. Qapla all, bird out. Enjoy your evening. Head over to somebody else.
Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out birdofprey5.com, the new home of everything Bird of Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/birdofprey5 or on birdofprey5.com. Take care.